Hello, and welcome to the third episode of Dark Racial Humor. I am Bonjen.
I am caller John. Is anybody out there?
Today, it is March 24th, Saturday, 2018. A beautiful day coming to you live from Tucson, Arizona.
It's a desert.
It's a desert. We're on SoundCloud. We're on iTunes. We're on Twitch.
.tv/dark racial humor.
Just not on Spotify.
Fuck you, Spotify.
Fuck you, Spotify, for not letting us put our podcast on there. Oh, excuse me.
Thanks, Obama.
So, yeah, beautiful day. Beautiful day. Lots to do.
What do you gotta do?
I gotta finish a video. Gotta do some bullshit for school. You know, just John stuff. Just some Bonjen stuff.
Like Bart things.
Yeah.
Like on Tumblr, Bart things. Just Bart things.
Bart, did you hit that TweetDeck yet?
TweetDeck hasn't been touched in a couple days, which is horrible and bad business ship.
Horrible. It's like, do we even want it bad enough?
Obviously, no.
Okay, so on today's episode of Dark Racial Humor, I'm just kidding. We don't have
Trump.
We don't have a plan.
Dun, 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 dun.
Dun 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 dun.
Free-flowing, in-depth conversation about whatever's appropriate at that time.
What's appropriate at the time, though?
Guns. Blah, blah, blah.
Like
that.
Guns. Facebook. Fuck Facebook.
Shilling your shit for politicians' winnings.
If you have a Facebook, I highly suggest you delete it as soon as possible.
Why?
Because Facebook does not care about your personal data, and they will give it to whoever the fuck they want without telling you.
But my grandma's on Facebook.
Well, you know what? That's probably fine because she's old. She'll probably be dead soon, so it
my
doesn't even
grandma's
matter.
42.
Wow. Really?
No.
Someone was telling me, I don't know who it was, but they were like, when they were 30, their dad was 51. I was like, damn, for sure. It's kind of weird.
Yeah,
it's like
that's like a 20-year-old father.
Yeah, it's like you're both like adults.
Yeah.
But he's your dad.
Yeah.
Interesting.
You think that's worse than having an old-ass dad, one of them old dads?
I guess I'd probably rather have a young dad. I don't know.
I guess so.
I don't know. Probably be a competition, though. Who's like doing better in life? If you're 51 and your fucking 30-year-old son's just fucking balling.
I guess that's cool.
I mean, I guess that's great, but you must feel like a failure. Maybe a successful parent, but like, you know. I don't fucking know. I don't have kids anymore, so I can't really say shit.
Abortion, huh?
Oh, yeah. Big time.
Hell yeah.
Bart, what are your thoughts on that?
Always insightful, Mr. Barker.
Yeah, for those who don't
One time for Mr. Barker.
For those who aren't long-time listeners of Dark Racial Humor and are just coming in now on episode 3, anytime we refer to an individual as Bart, Mr. Barker, Chompy, it is my
precious
dog.
Little boy.
It is my dog. He's just here, just being a good boy like he usually does.
The goodest boy.
So, yeah.
I'm going to eat him one day.
Fuck you, Bart.
I bet he has a lot of good meat on him.
Damn, bro. Are you hungry? I was at the library last night.
Yeah.
And it was just so peaceful.
Peaceful.
Yeah, I was like, damn, bro.
Nobody's shooting up the college.
No, I was thinking like, hey, if someone's going to shoot up the college, like if someone's going to shoot up the library, it probably won't be right now.
Yeah.
At 9:30 on a Friday night.
You don't get any high score.
No action.
Low scoring.
Like, will the news even come?
Probably not.
I would read about it if I was there.
I don't even think the local UA Wildcat would talk about it.
The only thing, though, it probably would have been more difficult to hide because, like, he's looking for less people to kill. Yeah.
Don't assume.
When has a school shooter ever been a female? Like, ever?
Last week, I don't know.
Honestly, never. That's interesting to think about. Mass shooters are almost never female. They're probably never female.
It's because of the penis, dude. It's a lot of heavy weight, and you're like, I gotta.
It's definitely that toxic masculinity that's fucking up our school system. That's fucking up our fucking society.
Dude, we're going to the gym, and like in passing, I was like, it's pretty fucked that there's hella fucking mass shootings, and like less than mass shootings.
Oh, every day.
Yeah.
What qualifies something as a mass shooting? How many people need to be shot?
6. I don't know.
If someone brings a gun to a school and shoots one person, is it a mass shooting?
I don't think so. It's not mass.
2 people?
Shh. See you later, Fox.
Pump those numbers up.
Get your numbers up, guys. Oh, God.
Oh,
Just dark
God.
racial humor.
For those of you who are just tuning in, this is dark racial humor.
Sponsored by the NRA. That's right. Give us money, we give you guns.
I'm low-key, high-key starting to get a hang of this Twitch thing. Not really?
Not really.
Nah, we have one viewer. We haven't promoted this at all.
I tweet about it.
You do? I'm kind of waiting for us to get a couple more episodes in.
No.
So we get like the feel for it.
No, that's a good thing, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think you should fucking go on Instagram Live right now.
Should
Not
I?
live, but do a story.
If we could
Just get that social media grind on point.
port Twitch to the Instagram feed, that would be cool.
There's definitely a program that I think Stolen Drums uses. Shout out Stolen Drums. He's a producer that really is fucking great. Like he started doing a weekly show called Beats and Chill, where he just samples some beats and plays it. He did that on Facebook Live and got quite the following.
Well, this program lets you broadcast to Twitch, Facebook Live, Daily Motion.
Daily Motion. I'm trying to be on the top of Daily Motion site.
Are you? I don't think we can do YouTube Live though. I think you need a certain number of subscribers.
Oh, word?
But I'm not sure. I think you need 100.
So would we have to do it on the fucking Adobe?
I don't know if we should do it on the Adobe.
I don't think so.
Probably not. But it is under that Adobe House Records umbrella.
We're one of the black sheep of the family. They don't like us.
Gotta let them know. Hey.
Mr. Barker, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, just make all the noise.
God damn it, Barker.
Stupid little shit.
Mr. Barker happens to be the CEO of one of the biggest record labels, digital media company on the face of the Western Hemisphere.
He's really just fucking shit up on this platform, and I think it's really cool.
He came on me this morning.
You know what's interesting about iTunes? When you swear, if you put like the word fuck in your title, it automatically stars it out.
Fuck.
Yeah, because I think I put the word
What do you mean
fuck,
stars it out?
like asterisks.
Oh.
I think I put the word fucking in our last episode title.
What was the title?
Something, I don't fucking understand Twitch or something like that. And
That's pretty lame.
I was like, oh, for sure. For sure, dude.
Hey, Barker, just chew loud, yeah?
I don't know if you guys can hear it, but this fucking dog is so goddamn annoying. So we're going to be giving him away to one of our lucky viewers
That's
live
right.
on Twitch. Who wants this piece of shit dog?
That's you watching, yeah? Not anybody.
I think it's probably me.
Hell yeah, dude.
I don't know why anyone would watch this trash.
Honestly, I think that whoever makes this shit should be fucking castrated.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Well, you know
Yeah.
what? We're going to introduce a new segment on Dark Racial Humor.
Called
call
social promotion.
We like to call, I don't know what to talk about, so I'm going to go through Twitter and see what the conversation is.
That's lame as fuck.
Is it really?
Yes.
I don't care.
God damn.
All right, let's see. People take to the streets for March of Our Lives.
See, okay, that's that. I would like to talk about that kind of. That's pretty fucked. That fucking
Hashtag gun control now is 5th trending.
What
Enough is enough. All caps says 203,000. Oh, I think this is all for March of Our Lives. What is March of Our Lives?
fucking little kids saying, "Please, no guns."
I'm seeing a lot of Martin Luther King talk on here.
Word.
What does he have to do with any of this? Martin Luther King Jr.'s
a black
granddaughter
man.
speaks about guns for March of Our Lives. I
That's
agree.
cool.
Oh, okay. Yeah, dude, just cash the fuck out, I guess. What?
God damn it, Mrs. King.
God damn it.
Yeah, fucking elementary kiddos have to fucking be like, hey, about those guns.
Hey, we don't like being shot while we're trying to learn. Can you
God damn it,
guys
Bart.
maybe do something?
Yeah, that's pretty fucked. People, Michael, do you know Michael Rappaport?
Rings a bell.
He's a white man.
I probably have not heard of him then.
Ooh, I don't keep up with the white man audience.
Got him.
He's a comedian, and he was like, basically just saying like, if you even have to have kids, be like, yo, talk about guns, then that's a failure of like a society.
Yeah. What do you propose we do? since
Well,
DRH is now a political show.
Welcome back to Dark Political Humor.
Welcome to the bonus podcast.
DPH.
We get really into this grittiness.
Just double. I think that America has integrated guns so deep into their fucking culture that you can't get rid of it.
So deep, yeah.
If you go back like 50 years, 80 years and say like, hey, no guns, then that's cool. But there's a fucking bunch of guns, and I think from like a policy standpoint, if you like, well, okay.
Wait, you think if you went back 50, 80 years, it'd be fine?
I say from like let's say like getting rid of guns, right? Putting fucking strict policies on that shit.
Yeah.
Or like government taking action on what to do with guns, yeah. If you go back to the beginning of whenever guns started to populate heavy in America and do that,
yeah,
cool with that. Awesome. But there's hella fucking guns that are just spread through the streets of fucking America. And if you have a government trying to be like, hey, don't use those, then it's kind of weird because, like, there's a bunch of guns, and I kind of want the right to have a gun if there's hella.
Yeah.
Which is weird because, like, that's America putting, like, that gun mindset into you.
Yeah, but even if you go back 80 years, there's always going to be the argument, oh, you're suppressing our rights.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, just that alone is, like, you can't fucking change the Constitution.
Yeah. I guess it is fucking built on fucking guns.
That's, like, the thing.
But that is... America's built on guns. It's the fucking second thing. It's the second thing in the paper, man.
Yeah, but...
When they're writing it out, they're like, hey, man, guns.
Yeah.
Bastards.
But it is up to Congress. I'm not saying to change the Constitution, but, you know, or I guess it's up to the judges, to interpret it to fit, like, modern day laws, you know what I'm saying?
There's still millions of guns, though.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Shout out to ex-cop in Pasadena for selling over 100 guns to illegally over the past 3 years. That's what we need on the Pasadena streets.
Hell yeah,
Thanks,
dude.
guy. Anyway.
Pasadena repping hard.
P.O. Pasadangerous.
P.O.?
I said, yo.
Oh.
Pasadangerous.
P.O.
Pasadangerous to you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're not from that 626. You don't know the fucking struggle, bro. We have cops passing out guns, bro.
Passing out guns? You think he's selling it for the low or the high?
The fucking... I don't know, dude. Should I inquire about prices?
Yeah, be like, yo, what's the market? Who would like to who?
How do you even buy a gun? Do you just like...
Are you in Arizona?
Let's
Because
say...
if you're in Arizona, you just stand on the street corner and be like, hey, yo, gun!
Let's say I'm
gun!
in Chicago.
Gun!
And I just really want a fucking gun. Do I just go on Craigslist and be like, yo, let me meet you in this parking lot?
I don't know, man. In Arizona, you can just fucking sell a gun. And it's fucking legal as fuck.
In Arizona?
Yeah.
That's actually... Well, you need to have a background check to do it legally. I was having this discussion with someone. A lot of people are like... They don't know the gun laws of their own state. Someone was telling me, you can go to a gun show and just buy a gun and it's easy as shit. You can't do that. You need to have a background check. You need a background check before you go to the gun show to do it legally. They make sure you don't have any felonies. They make sure you're not a crazy person. Like, that's how you get a gun legally. To get a gun illegally, different story.
I'm constantly at the gun show because I'm yoked.
Because you're white. And so they're like,
it's just,
I'm sure the background check's nothing. Here you go.
Yeah. I was talking about my fucking ripped arms.
Oh, really?
Not really.
So you gotta support the gun show. You got the ripped arms.
Oh, man. I mean, still, though, I'm pretty, like, there was a buyback that the police did in Tucson. There's a case of whether it was Tucson versus the state, if police were able to buy back guns and destroy them. I kind of forget what the argument that the state didn't want. didn't want something. They didn't want them to destroy guns or something. I forget the details, which is kind of shitty, but and they lost. But they were doing the buyback, and like just like feet before, there was just people be like, "Hey, I'll buy it for a little cheaper or a little more."
Oh yeah, that's the way to get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, they probably should destroy guns. I think they just made, or there's a bill to make bump stocks illegal. You know those things?
No, not really. Or to fucking make it more assault or
it turns it into an automatic weapon.
Yeah.
But those things are so fucking easy to make. It's just plastic and a spring. Yeah.
Like shit like that. I was gonna bring it up before, but I forgot. There's no fucking reason I got to have a machine gun, bro, unless you're trying to kill people.
What if I'm trying to kill my oxen?
Your ox?
No, you're right. There is.
There's a gun. Okay. Yeah, there's no reason to have a gun unless you're trying to kill somebody.
Yeah.
That's what a gun is for.
Hunting. I'm not super big on hunting.
Not that I fuck with hunting, but I think hunting is a good thing. Not a good thing, but like a cool thing.
Like I respect it as a sport, as a community.
No, I think it's good because like, one, it's fucking, you gotta like hike and shit. It's not easy to fucking hunt.
And you gotta like stand out there for hours.
You gotta fucking camp, dude.
Yeah.
And fucking follow goddamn animals.
Yeah. Like,
and then, so like, I'm saying
it's fun. You wanna go hunting?
Not really. I mean, it'd be a cool like experience. Like that would be.
We can podcast it. We're just in the forest with our mics. We're all set up.
Oh man, you could definitely do that.
That'd be funny.
We don't need anything else. It's for sure. Like if you're eating meat, it's probably like the most. Not even humane, but like you're the most connected to like that meat that you're eating.
Oh yeah.
You shoot a thing and you have to fucking drag it back. You fucking watch it die and you got to shoot it right or else you fuck up the meat.
And you taste the blood and the fear.
You got to fucking... but yeah, it's a fucking hard thing to do and it's probably a lot healthier than everything else you fucking buy at a store.
And you probably don't need a machine gun to do it either.
If you have a machine gun, you can't fucking do it.
Unless the thing is deaf.
No, I'm saying like if you fucking... into a goddamn elk, you fucking ruin whatever you're trying to eat.
So why the fuck do people have machine guns?
To kill lots of people.
Damn. These military grade weapons, yeah.
It's a weird fucking thing, man. It's America as fuck.
I don't know. Like, okay, it's a very messy discussion because I feel like you ever have an argument with something and you both want the same thing, but you're arguing like different. Like, you're not having the same argument.
Kind of, yeah.
But you both want the same goal. Obviously, the same goal is we don't want kids being shot.
People getting shot. Well, that's not even true because people want to protect themselves.
Yeah.
But yeah, people don't want innocent people getting killed.
Like, on one side, I feel like people are saying we just want stricter laws for people so that it's harder for them to get guns.
Uh-huh.
We don't want psycho people having access to firearms. And then, like...
machine guns.
No, or just firearms in general.
Yeah,
like, if you have fucking schizophrenia, you shouldn't have a gun, period.
Yeah. Whoa, dude. Don't discriminate against schizophrenia.
If you have schizophrenia, you should not have a gun, period.
Whoa, dude. I'm a big proponent of
gun rights. If you have schizophrenia, you should not have a gun, period.
I'm actually a member of the board of Guns for Schizophrenics.
Really?
Yeah.
You're the problem? Today's episode is brought to you by Guns for Schizophrenics. And then the other side is like
get more guns in people's hands to stop people with guns.
Or I was gonna say, I feel like you just want to take all our guns.
Yeah, and I'm kind of with like having not with the government being like you can't have guns.
Yeah,
because it's a weird government right thing, but at the same time, like I don't want guns. But it's like you're put in a position where you're like, hey, government, don't mess with my guns. But also like, hey, I don't like guns.
I think the government should just stay out of everything.
Everything?
Like literally.
Roads.
Marriage. Stuff like, well, not roads, like.
Personal things.
Personal things, like fucking,
drugs.
What does the government need to be in marriage for? Why does the government need to like facilitate a relationship?
Well, right now they have to do with banks.
I mean, historically, a government had what's the word I want to use? It was in the best interest of the government to promote family life, to promote having babies.
Sure.
So like that makes sense in that aspect, but I feel like it's like becoming more of a dated thing.
Well, government's fucking dated, dude. Joe Rogan always fucking brought this up. If like people woke up today and and molded how they want their government to be, it probably wouldn't be a weird two-party system with 3 branches of shit.
We should make a new country.
Oh yeah.
What if you could just do
Mexico?
That? Probably could, dude. Just go in there, flip it, turn it around.
Flip Mexico?
Oh, for real.
Oh hell yeah, dude. Just
how would you fix
just colonize
Mexico?
that, Jonathan?
How would we fix Mexico?
God damn, that sounds so fucked.
Does it really?
Yeah.
Mexico's one of the most corrupt countries on the planet.
Well, U.S. kills people.
You don't think that's a problem? Okay, so no, U.S. is corrupt too, but I can't bribe a cop to like.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do that in
well,
L.A.
Well, it's a yeah. You fucking. I guess you're right, but
like Mexico definitely has some issues. Beautiful country, great people, but your government is fucked as shit.
Did you say everybody in Mexico is great?
Hey,
you can't generalize like that.
You all suck.
Hey, whoa! Did you just say you all suck? You can't generalize like that.
I love Mexico, but your president's weak as fuck, and I'll end it there.
Wow.
True.
I don't even know his name.
I don't either. But
wow.
I forgot it.
How are you gonna say he's weak? You don't even know his name.
Because I forgot his name.
Why is he weak?
Because he literally only listens to the cartel.
Well.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Okay. Cartel is to Mexico as fucking money and
corruption.
And money is to U.S.
corruption.
Yeah, it's different corruptions.
What if fucking
probably a little less lethal?
What if a gang ran America? Just like a series of gangs. Yeah, but banks don't fucking kidnap, rape, and castrate people.
I mean that. Yeah, the gang that is run the U.S. government is a little less lethal.
Yeah.
Except that police still kill people that aren't white.
Like, if you get raped in Mexico, good luck.
With what?
Like, I don't know. I was reading a story. This girl went to Cabo or something for spring break. And she got fucking raped by someone. And there was, like, nothing she could do. You can't, like, go to the police about it. Like, they were no help. Like, what are you going to do? Tell the police in the United States they can't do shit?
Well.
It's like, I don't know. It's kind of like you're on your own out there.
Yeah. I mean, that's what... that's kind of what... you said that's great?
You can go parasailing without signing a release form. But other than that...
I mean, that's what, like... When people say, like... In a kind of, like, right-wing tense of America, of, like, keep the government out of stuff and let's do things ourselves. Like, there's a place where you can be on your own. And, like, there's no government, but, like, are you, like, when people ask for that shit and they're already under that strict overwatching government, that's not even really America. There's been, like Sweden has, like, overwatching, when you got free health care that are forced upon you.
Yeah.
And you got stuff like that, but, like, are you really ready to fucking not have government? Because I don't think people are.
It's an interesting discussion because, as you said, the right prefers like less government involvement in societal operations.
But it's like having it's like a little kid being like, I want to be able to dress myself and not my parents dress me, and they can't fucking dress themselves.
Yeah, well, it's kind of a different mindset because like, right will be like, I can thrive on my own and I don't need like government help. And they're also upset because they're like, why are you taking what I've worked for and giving it to someone else, if that makes sense?
Like taxes?
Like taxes, yeah, like basically income tax.
Well, taxes shitty. But at the same time, like, I like roads, but yeah, taxes are fucking weird.
Taxes are weird.
You're giving money to a weird a system that you were born under.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's necessary. How else are you gonna do it?
It's also, you're saying that because you've already been in it, and it's like you're conditioned to fuck with taxes.
Well, how else would you do it? How
What?
else would you run
Get
a
money?
country without taxes?
I don't know. Fucking good-hearted people.
Good-hearted people, what? Just giving money because they feel like it?
I don't know.
I don't think that would ever happen.
Like you said, it's like
People are greedy, man.
people are pretty
Like,
some-
underneath all this kindness and all this selfishness, people, like,
underneath. I think that's underneath all the fucking greediness.
really, I think that, like, at the end of the day, people will do what they can to survive and to protect their closest family,
Yeah.
period. If that means, like, saving their last bit of money and not, like, giving it away. Like,
It's also, I mean, there's a bunch of shite people, but like if you can't suppress that because those people do exist. But if you think about that all the time and you think that every person is innately shitty, then
I'm not saying it's shitty. I'm saying, like, at the end of the
innately,
day,
if you see innately selfish and they're not trying, they're only trying to look out for themselves, then if you have that mindset towards people, especially when you're meeting some or like talking to people and you don't really know, then that you're gonna see that in everybody and you're gonna attract those people
really,
rather than
I don't know. I kind of see it as a survival thing. Because if I have $20 cash, that's all I have, and I see a homeless person, and I can technically afford to give him $5,
mm-hmm,
I probably wouldn't,
mm-hmm,
because, like, his struggle is probably a lot more difficult than mine,
mm-hmm.
but I still have my own struggle that I'm dealing with.
Uh-huh.
So, like,
You're also thinking of it as like a kindness is money rather than like, yeah, like you could like talk to people and see what their struggle is, and if they could have any fucking help, and monetarily it might help. But if you have $20 and can't give $5, then you can be like, yo, what's good, man?
I'm saying, like, giving up an asset. Also, time is an asset.
It is.
Like, it may not, and going back to the selfishness thing, it may not be worth it for me to stop and talk to this guy,
Uh-huh.
even though it'll make his day better. It, like, at the end of the
Like,
day, it
that's-
takes up my time.
When you do, but when you like that's fucking. I understand that time is very valuable, but when you do things like that, and you have those like experiences. Most times, dude, maybe not most, but like, it does something high key, man.
Oh, it definitely does.
No, not even for like, but for it like a symbiotic relationship. If you fucking go out your way and talk to somebody, there's new things like you ever fucking just have. You talk to someone randomly for some reason and something comes out of it.
Yeah.
I don't talk to people usually, but like fucking when I do, it's usually something that's like valuable.
Yeah.
That's also because I'm fucking selective of like the people I give my energy to. That's what I'm saying. If there are times where you can stipend what you choose to give your energy, and that can be even monetarily money too. But like when you do use that energy on something or someone, it's usually it's valuable in my experience.
So, how do we get to this?
To what?
To what we were just talking about? We were talking about kindness or something?
Talking about government.
Oh, right. Fuck.
Jesus.
So you were saying, if there were no taxes, kind people would give.
No, man. I don't know. If there was a utopian society, which doesn't exist by definition, I don't know. I don't know how a utopian society would work.
Maybe, because there's also the argument people are more likely to give if they're not forced to give.
If they're forced to give?
If they're not forced to give.
Yeah.
Like,
but
people
at
are
the same time, if
genuinely
you're
more
not forced
generous.
to give, I think a lot of people would just not give.
Yeah.
But I don't. But like, how would a perfect society work in your estimation?
It's just a balance, and I think we're trying to find that.
I think,
You know what I'm saying?
honestly, dude,
And
I was writing about this for a paper, and it's honestly just empathy, dude. If there's a lack of empathy in most people, and not even that, there's just selective empathy where if you're not, there was a test, and to one person, so you got 3 subjects, and one person was nice to the subject or something. One person didn't really do anything to the subject, and then the subject that was nice to them, they empathized with more. So like that shit. If you empathize with someone, you get that empathy back.
Oh yeah, I think empathy is like a trait that most people have, definitely. But like, I don't know. I think it's kind of a trade-off. It's very easy to be fake empathetic. The other person won't know the difference if you're good at it.
Okay, word, but
You know
like
what I'm
that's
saying?
just psychopathic.
Oh, my dog ran away. Oh, I'm so sorry.
That's psychopathic.
Like, is it really?
Yeah.
Why? What is the definition of
I
psychopathic?
don't know, something with neuroses, but like that's if that's fucking like shitty human behavior that makes me cringe.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, people do it.
No, a lot of people do it, and they're fucking most psychopaths, man.
Would you rather them be fake empathetic and have you feel good and you'll never know that they
No.
didn't care, or just have them like,
Don't
be
care.
like, oh, I don't give a shit?
Yeah.
Really?
Be real.
Huh.
If you're being fake empathetic, like what do people fake sorry for? Be like, oh, your dog died. Like, why?
Like,
Probably because for myself, it's of that same selective. If someone sees you being empathetic, they're empathetic back.
what if I said, hey, Ricker, I was molested as a kid, and you were probably never molested, so you can't relate to it. You don't particularly know me that well, so you don't particularly care that much,
Mhm.
but you're still acting like you care. That's what I mean. People do that all the time.
Acting like I care,
Like, oh, no, man, I'm so sorry to hear that. That sucks, bro.
but not caring.
Like
that someone was
like
hurt.
it's not that you don't care, you just can't relate to it on the level that they're
Word,
talking about it.
you've never gone through that experience, but you can still sympathize. And that's a part of empathy.
yeah.
And if you don't do that real, then don't do it real. But like,
Yeah, you were fucking molested. I don't give a shit.
I mean, like, yeah, like say that shit. I don't
know.
Don't be like, oh, if people hear that, usually they're like, oh, that's a bad thing. I'm sorry you went through that.
Yeah.
Because I would too not like to go through that. You did. Ow, that hurts me. I should empathize because you know what I'm saying?
Ow, that hurts me.
But like not like no, not like that.
I
But
felt
like, ow,
that.
I wouldn't like that to happen to me.
Yeah.
And that you internalize that fucking that fear of that's bad, and so someone else experienced that, so you're like, oh, that's bad. I'm sorry that happened to you.
Not get the fuck over it, dude.
I mean, if you, I
Hey,
don't know,
people
some
do-
people, yeah, some
people
people,
do
a lot
say
of
that.
people are shit. There's 8 billion people. You can't all
Love
be good,
it.
man.
Love it.
Y'all in the Matrix.
Yeah, we all out here on dark racial humor.
Hey, today's episode is sponsored by Light Bulbs. Fucking shine.
What do you think of, since we're kind of on the topic of politics,
I like politics.
you know what's interesting?
What?
You say what you were gonna say.
Politics. This is what I was kind of writing about, but like, and I'm related to hospitals too, high key. Empathy in politics is like frowned upon for the most part. If you're empathetic in politics, you have to make decisions about millions of people, right? If you think about
Empathetic in politics.
all of those people, then you probably go crazy, right? If you're in a hospital and you're too empathetic of every decision you make, then a lot more people die. You know what I'm saying?
Would that be empathy or would that be emotion?
That's what empathy is, an emotion.
I mean, like, because I personally believe that a ruler should rule without emotion,
Yeah,
because
that's
you do make more rational decisions when you're not emotional.
word, and that's what politics have been kind of molded into, of where like you kind of have to be detached from the people that you're governing, right?
Good.
For the most part, I think that emotion is different. Just don't be like sad, but you have to empathize and internalize the people that you're governing.
Yeah. Well, what do you think about this? Every time, well, maybe not so much anymore because it happens every day. Every time there's a mass shooting, we immediately go to the gun control debate. And everyone's emotional and everyone's yelling at each other. Nobody's thinking. I think we should wait a couple weeks or for the emotion to fizzle down so we can have a good, rational discussion on policy, gun control policy. Doesn't that make sense?
I think people are.
It's like going to the grocery store when you're hungry. It's just like
I kind of disagree, but that like I don't know, dude. There is a bunch of emotion and shit, but I think emotion is fundamentally different. I'm saying these words kind of not like defining them super well, but emotion is different than empathy, man. I think so. Because like emotion is being fucking upset or sad, but empathy is putting yourself into someone else's shoes.
yeah.
That doesn't have to have emotion or over emotional thing. That just happens to be like, yo, why there fucking hella guns and there's fucking kids being shot? Like, how is that? How do you not fucking be like, yeah, that's fucked?
That's super fucked.
But exactly. But then you're like, there's like people that are like, it's weird because, like you said, there's like everybody's kind of arguing the same thing of that is a fucked thing that people are getting shot, but then it's like they're arguing over more. It's just it's stupid that to combat people getting shot, people fight for more weapons that shoot people.
Yeah, the protection argument. I think the bigger discussion that everyone should be having is regarding mental illness.
That
above everything. Because the majority of these people all have something in common.
I kind of agree, but like at the same time I don't. Because it's just like more like, it's just like convoluted fucking politics. But I think
I feel like our energy's kind of going into the wrong thing.
Rather than making people better, like working humans.
Yeah.
I fuck with that.
Like start at the source.
Yeah. Word. But I mean, hey, statistically.
And everyone needs to do their fucking job. If there's a tip to the FBI, hey, this kid might shoot up this school, don't fucking throw it in the spam folder.
Hey, man, shout out to FBI, man.
Shout out to the Federal Bureau of Investigation.
Shout out to all the things that on my phone that are listening right now.
Shout out to Russia.
Russia.
No, you're in this bitch.
Russia, stay connected, man.
Oh,
that's funny. Hell yeah, man.
Dark racial humor.
All about politics.
Live on Twitch. Bart. I know you didn't just ignore me, boy. Bart.
Mr. Barker is the worst CEO I've ever had.
So lazy. Takes like 8 naps a day.
He just yawns constantly. Welcome back to Dark Racial Humor. That was our spin-off show, Dark Politics.
Damn.
With John Ben and Ikre.
Hello.
Today's episode is sponsored by Michael Jackson, Best of Both Worlds.
So we just talked about
Are you recapping things in the middle of the episode?
I sure am. Oh,
I don't get that. Why would you do that?
Because when they do that, they, most podcasts, they take a break and they come back, right?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
What podcast do you
Maybe
listen to?
not Joe Rogan, but like they recorded
Blabchat?
They recorded in segments
fuck
across
that.
days.
No, fuck that shit.
We'll eventually get there.
No, I don't fuck with podcasts.
When we
like
have to work with guests and like get on their schedule, we'll be like, today we talked to so and so, and we're gonna jump to that interview right now.
I guess so.
It's like it's fucking radio, bro. It's modern radio.
But yeah, whatever. The part I like about podcasts. God damn, just keep on clipping, man.
Hey, man, no one's gonna be like, what the fuck is that sound?
Oh, well, they are now. All one person. I don't know. I like podcasts that are natural flowing, free flowing, in depth conversation about whatever's appropriate at the time.
At the time.
I think that's a great tagline. At the timeline. Welcome back to the segment. What's appropriate at the timeline, where we go on Twitter and mooch off other people's thoughts.
We're just seeing what the conversation is. All right, so how do we get onto that? We were talking about March for Our Lives. John Lennon's trending. Did he die?
Lennon been dead.
John Lennon. Oh, yeah. John Lennon is dead. Sandy Hook's trending. Never again, all caps.
Basically, you're just reading trending things about guns.
Hey, yo, that's where the conversation is.
Okay, I don't fuck with that conversation. I want to talk about music.
All right, what are we talking about?
Making a worldwide brand. I'm trying to have. First of all, we haven't made a 36-month plan. Second of all, I just want a big office space where different rooms have different mediums going on, like podcasts and recording studio. I just want to get to that level right now.
I want an audience.
I would love an audience. That'd be dope, dude.
So right now we're focusing on the audience development.
This is true.
We are creating content. Haven't made a video in a while. We have one coming up in a couple days. Going into the podcast space, going into the music space. We released an album on February 18th, I believe. February 8th. And it's been about a month and almost a half. So it technically just came out, but I feel like it's been a while.
Music, especially nowadays, it those feel like a while things is a month. An album's old in a month.
Yeah. So like if we were famous, next album probably wouldn't come out for like a year because we'd be touring and promoting this album for like a couple months and doing bullshit and shit. Mm-hmm. So this next album should come out
right now,
pretty fucking soon. No, not right now. But what is the like how far along would you say?
We have about 6 songs that have been started.
Is this gonna be like another 22 song album?
I think we were thinking about 16, 15, high 10 teens area.
Solid. Hey guys, quick heads up. Pastor will be on this album.
If he can fucking sing on key.
Hey, it was just a demo.
Okay. Audience, man. How do you make an audience?
Doing what we're doing now.
From zero.
Mm-hmm. Just talk about what you love.
Mm-hmm.
Promote it well. And the audience will find you.
Talk about what you love. I think having genuine... Well, because even like this is kind of like... This isn't music related, you know what I'm saying? But
no.
I think it's not exactly music related, but having those multiple platforms, having a network of different, a bunch of fucking different things that are not exactly, it is under the Adobe House Records umbrella, but it's not, it's something different, you know, but having those things clip is necessary.
You know,
there's a bunch of different lines that people can go and find other things.
I remember growing up as a young YouTuber in the early 2010s.
Wait. Are you online, John?
YouTube.com/onlinejohn isn't available anymore. Totally just severed my audience. Probably the worst thing I could ever do.
It was a bad business move. We're learning as we go.
Literally the worst. Anyway, I remember back in those days when I was in high school talking to bigger YouTubers, being on multiple platforms that weren't either YouTube, Twitter, and maybe Instagram, because Instagram was just getting started, was frowned upon. Doing too much was like not like a good business move if you were trying to grow on YouTube.
This is what year?
This was like 2009, 2012, 2013.
That's completely changed.
Completely. Now if you're not on everything, you're not doing enough.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. Even like making a second YouTube channel for like behind the scenes content was like, if you're not big already, you probably shouldn't do it. Yeah. Nobody had podcasts. I think the only person that had a podcast back then was Joe Rogan that I knew of. And now every goddamn YouTuber has a podcast of some sort.
It's because podcasts, like the people like that in that circle, especially with comedians, been doing it for like 5-6 years.
Yeah.
That like the podcast, it's like they got into that shit.
Does Phil DeFranco have a podcast?
I feel like no.
I'm surprised at the very least, he doesn't like just rip the audio from his show and put it on iTunes. I think he does. He did at one point.
I can check.
Fucking Philly D, what are you doing, bro?
God damn it, Phil.
God damn it,
You
Phil.
and that wife of yours.
You and that wife and those 2 cute kids.
I don't watch them anymore.
I don't either. I'm over family vlogs. If I was a YouTuber and I had a family, I would never film them and put them on YouTube.
Yeah. I mean, that's what was popping for a while.
I don't understand how people vlog their lives, vlog everything, and then get upset when they don't have enough privacy. Like, bitch, you film yourself in the shower and you're asking for privacy.
Are they asking for privacy?
It's like if something happens, they film, like, they do a daily vlog for a year, and the daily vlog is about their relationship. Yeah. Like someone's relationship with their girlfriend, and then they break up. We're asking for privacy, please, during this intimate time.
Yeah.
Like, motherfucker, you shared every detail of your relationship for the past year.
You put yourself into a public figure.
Exactly. It's like if you want to be, if you're, one of your goals is fame, and then you achieve that, why the fuck are you asking for, like, less fame?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you worked for this, you asked for it, and now you got it.
It's the same thing of, wanting something, and when you have it, you want something else.
It's like
government, clothes.
Yeah, it's like fucking Demi Lovato or whatever.
Shout out my girl Demi Lovato.
Shout out my girl Demi.
Known her since day one.
She's coming on the podcast next week. Super excited for that.
Super stoked.
Complaining, oh, I don't like how people scrutinize me on social media. Then delete your Twitter.
Yeah, no, that's what
Stop
I'm saying.
saying shit.
If that you have a solution, which is to recluse yourself from the public, but people don't want that. They just don't want the public to see certain things.
Daniel Radcliffe did something genius.
Harry Potter?
Huh?
Harry Potter?
Yeah. He says he hates the paparazzi, but he understands that he's a celebrity, so he just has to deal with it. So he doesn't have any social media, so no one can, like, take his words and make him be like what they think he's saying. And also, every time he goes out where there's paparazzi, he always wears the same clothes.
Oh, word?
Yeah, so they can't sell his pictures to anyone because he's always in the same thing.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
You brought up the Michael Jackson thing.
Mm-hmm.
You want to say what that was? The touring.
Oh, right. Okay, so there's this video of Michael Jackson, and he's doing like a promo video for one of his tours, and he's talking about touring, and he's like, I really don't like touring. I used to like it, but now all the fans, they just don't have respect for each other. They just trample each other. They just treat each other like absolute crap, and I just want everyone to love each other and just enjoy the music. And then the producer's like, hey, Michael, can you, like, we're trying to promote the tour. Can you fucking, like, speak highly of it? He's like, oh, yeah, for sure. Just look straight into the camera. I love the tour so much. It's my favorite. It was hilarious.
That's some shit.
Michael Jackson was a fucking...
It's probably because he was media trained from a young boy.
Did you see that? I don't know if I showed you, but it was a video. It was a clip of Michael Jackson on stage, and he was singing, and there was something going wrong with the lights or something, or the sound, and Michael Jackson changes his lyrics, and he's just freestyling, and he's like talking to the producer backstage, and he's just singing, Brad, what are you gonna do? What are you doing, Brad? What are you doing, Brad? Jobs lost. Ooh, it's hilarious. What you gonna do to fix it, Brad?
I feel like I've seen that a tiny bit, but yeah,
Yeah, man. MJ was the man. Also gonna be on the podcast this month. He's
really stoked, dude.
Really
we got a dope lineup of people. Like we said, we got Demi coming on, just the homegirl. We got MJ back from the dead. First time on air here on DRH.
9 years. God damn.
Like, come on. Like, how do you get, like, this is what we do. Fucking primetime podcasting.
Thank you so much, MJ.
We also got Big Bam Bigelow You might know him if you like wrestling. Also dead, coming back.
Don't know who that is.
Do you know of Dave Bautista?
Rings a bell.
Well, he's not coming on the podcast. Fuck him.
That bastard.
Do you know of a little girl named Taylor Swift?
No.
Oh, word. She's coming on, I think, March 5th.
March 5th of
2019.
Oh,
2019.
She's on that tour.
She's a little book, yeah.
That fucking double year tour.
It's, sometimes you got to book 5 years in advance.
Hey guys, thanks for watching us live on Twitch, by the way.
Twitch.tv/darkracialhumor.
Yeah, hey, maybe by the time we get to 100 episodes, we'll have like a little following. But for now, we're just talking to the darkness,
to the void,
to the abyss. Yeah, it's
I was talking to DJQ out of Tucson, Arizona.
Yeah.
For a newspaper thing. But he was talking about in terms of production of like. And even like talking where you kind of the silence you build things out of silence, and that's I forget the exact wording, but like that the silence that's like in between even people talking or in the foundation of beat making is the thing. Sorry, my shitty articulation.
So building out of silence.
Yeah, that's your platform. Your platform is silence, and you got to fill that silence with stuff.
Interesting.
And so, right now, in an audience term, we got a whole lot of silence.
Way too much silence, but you know what?
It's so frustrating sometimes.
Hey, we haven't even been doing it for long at all.
Not at all, and we really don't fucking grind as we should, man.
And we also need to not be impatient.
Be patient. Yes.
Because there's
Patience
people,
is key.
okay, like if you look at it right now, there's people there. There's people that definitely come back when we post stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I had a guy ask me, like, I just put a clip of the video on, and he asked me what I was doing. I didn't know the guy. So he obviously like fucked with Adobe House.
Mm-hmm.
He's been navigating through
Mm-hmm.
the channels. So like things are starting to trickle in.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a matter of time.
That's also a thing too of when you're making stuff in the vacuum, you really don't know what that looks like from outside of the vacuum.
Exactly. Like from a consumer point of view, it's what? An album with 22 songs and 14 videos.
Yeah.
Who the fuck has that with fame? Very few people.
With fame? Mm.
Who the fuck has less content than that and is popping?
Oh.
Very few people.
Yeah. I mean...
Like, yeah.
I don't know. Patience, I agree. You need to have it because this shit doesn't happen in 2 years. It happens in... You fucking do shit for 10 years and you pop in your 11th, right?
For real.
But I feel just like... I might have said this before. I don't think on the podcast yet, but there's like a panic that you put onto yourself that if I don't do a lot of things right now, then that future won't manifest itself because I need to do more. Yeah, no, it's great. It's what has to happen. But I feel personally that we're not doing enough.
No. What do you think we should do more of?
I think that we're not good with social media right now.
No,
I think that in Instagram, we don't have enough pictures. We don't have a lot of things to put on Instagram pictures. But a story should be on the Adobe House Instagram every day. TweetDeck should be fucking popped out, which is just our fucking shittiness. But yeah, I feel like we're making songs not that fast. I feel like everybody's kind of caught up. Everybody has a few people have school and things that also gets in the way and is annoying as fuck. People have a job, but when people aren't doing that shit,
what are you doing?
Yeah, if you're not constantly doing something, then you're wrong.
Then get out.
Yeah.
Like, No,
And
yeah,
it's
you're absolutely right.
annoying, dude. It's fucking. I hate seeing homies on the couch and they're just on Twitter, dude.
Yeah.
It's the worst thing ever.
Or worse. Dun dun dun. Fortnite.
I mean,
Fuck that, dude. Never bring that game in the house again.
I agree. I don't know. It's just I don't know.
Unless you're fucking twitching it and trying to make something out of
Hell
it,
yeah,
you're
but
wasting
like
your
like
time.
that shit, you can waste your time, but just make sure you waste your time on a public platform.
Yeah, like literally anything you do, someone will enjoy.
Yes.
In some way, shape, or form.
Yes.
I could make a fucking channel, a YouTube channel about how to bathe Bart.
Yep.
And I could make
Dude,
I could review shampoos and people would watch it.
One of the most popular things on like the public Instagram story thing is foam. The foam, you know, the foams when everybody makes the foam and they touch it and they make noises. It's one of the things that always pops up on my goddamn public thing.
Really?
Yeah. Well, that's because I've clicked it a few times.
Yeah. Like
I fuck with foam heavy, you know what I'm saying?
Instagram gears.
I just nobody can see this on either the video on twitch.tv/darkracialhumor or the podcast, but the boss is over here just looking mad cute, man.
Instagram gears the leverage in your direction so much.
What do you mean? Like
with algorithms.
Yeah. I was reading the thing I brought up off air of the Facebook. There's a AI programmer that was made a thread on Twitter about the dangers of how a Facebook uses AI just to profile people and just kind of gear towards like advertisements and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. He said it a lot better than I'm about to try to say it, but it was just the AI. I don't know. I'm gonna abort what I'm about to say because it's not gonna come out good. But the AI has to be in good hands.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because it's gonna get it's pretty fucking dumb right now, and in like 2 years it's gonna get exponentially better. 2 years from now it's gonna be so much better.
Yeah. Okay. So here's the thing about Facebook. A lot of people don't understand that Facebook is less of a product than you are. When you sign up for Facebook, you are the product.
Mm.
If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just like I said, in terms of like brand, you can have any brand, but the people behind it, to some extent, maybe on higher levels, like if you're like the New York Times, the brand itself holds a little more weight. But if you're like a creator, kind of doing your creator thing, the person and the people behind the logo make that company.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to. The people and the person behind it make that company.
They try to relate it to Facebook?
I kind of am.
Oh. No, yeah, I know what you're saying. People. Facebook is literally a website of people, and like that's their business. Their business is people.
I feel like Facebook is losing its leverage in terms of value, because what essentially do they offer? They offer you an experience to connect with your friends, and in exchange for that, you give them your information for targeted advertising. But when the experience becomes less valuable than what they're taking from you, people are going to start to leave, and they're definitely doing that in droves right now after this Cambridge Analytica scandal.
Yeah.
Huge. And I think, like, I don't know. This maybe, I don't want to say it's not going to be the end of Facebook, because there's a shit ton of people, like, that just don't know about it, just don't care.
Yeah.
Like, my fucking mom will never hear about this unless I tell her about it.
Just tell her.
Yeah. And even if I do, it's not like she's going to delete Facebook. She just doesn't care.
Yeah.
She just cares about the experience. Some people just don't care.
I fucking hit up someone that I couldn't hit up another way through Facebook. Like, there's no other way I could contact them. It's still somewhat a valuable thing, and
Yeah, kind of. It's valuable in that it's basically become like a phone number.
Yeah,
Everyone has it.
It's already been integrated.
Yeah.
Sure.
Too bad they fucked it up with their fucking mishandling of user data and policing their platform.
Mishandle jobs.
Crazy. Mark Zuckerberg had to go on CNN and publicly apologize.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Zuck.
That's something you'll never see. You would never see Steve Jobs do, by the way, is apologize.
Publicly. Well, I don't know. Maybe they wouldn't do something shitty like that.
I mean, Apple fucked up a lot under Steve Jobs. When the iPhone 4 came out, there was the way you would hold the phone, or the way most people would hold the phone, the antennas were on the sides, right? So they'd be covering like the signal so you couldn't talk on the phone. And everyone was like, yo, all right, Apple fucked up their design. The phones are unusable. Tim Cook would have apologized and fired someone. Steve Jobs literally said, anyone that's holding the phone like this is a fucking idiot. This is how you're supposed to hold it. Like this. Now it works. You see that, dumbass? That was the difference between Steve Jobs and Tim Cook.
But also, it's like, those, like, apologizing for something like that is different than apologizing for compromising your information.
Yeah, but if Steve Jobs were the CEO of Facebook, yeah, I don't think he would have apologized.
Do you think he would have compromised information, though?
He would have. Oh, yeah. He fucked up a shit ton.
Compromising information?
Well, there wasn't really information to compromise when he was like...
I'm saying hypothetically.
If he had compromised information, he would have been like, if you don't want our service, don't fucking use it.
Yeah. Well, that's also kind of what they should say.
He never took responsibility for, like, what he did.
Zuckerberg or Jobs?
Jobs. Unless it was like, unless it
was great.
Yeah.
Well, you know, it's part of that, like, kind of, if you're in a position of power, you kind of have to be pathological and be, like, fucked sometimes. But I'm saying a lot of people with power now are like that. I think that's somewhat of a bad model.
Are pathological?
I think empathy is good.
I do think you kind of have to be a dick to get something done.
Yeah.
Beyonce said it. Beyonce said, I could be polite, I could be fair, but if I'm doing that, I'm not being fair to myself.
Yeah.
And I'm compromising my vision.
I agree. Still, I like empathy.
I empathize with you that your kid's sick, but you're not doing great work today. Go home.
Damn. Dude, my grandfather told me a story. He took over a textile factory as a boss. And it was kind of, I think he was like it was kind of like run down before. And there was a lady who basically, I think, snitched on somebody. And he was like, yeah, so I talked to her and I was like, if you don't respect the other people in this company, I don't want you to work for me, and then fired her.
He fired the girl that snitched?
Yeah.
Wait, what was the person doing?
I don't know. I think she was just kind of like complaining about somebody.
Oh, yeah. I know a girl that was like that too. She was just complaining about everyone, and she got fired.
Yeah.
But like, if the person was like stealing, and then she told.
Yeah. Then I think it might have been that. Did you hear about the Atlanta Hawks, the basketball team, fired? No. A white lady was suing the Atlanta Hawks for discrimination because she said that the owner was favoring black people and that they were like saying shit behind her back, and like they had all the other like white people be like, don't talk to her.
What was how did that turn out?
I'm not sure. I think it's still going. I think she's still fired though. No, she was fired for something. And she was like, man, discrimination.
These race cases are messy. Have you heard about that guy, that ex-Google guy? He was actually on Joe Rogan. And he was a senior developer, a white guy. And he was talking about how Google's like culture is so... They want to be so modern, so politically correct, so left, that they take white people and they put them in anti-bias courses. And they basically treat them like experiments. Like, so tell us about your life. so this went down in this part of your life. You definitely have some implicit racial bias that you don't know about. We're gonna fix that for you.
I think you can anybody can be discriminated against for fucking just being for whatever reason, but I think a healthy fucking way to run a company is just fucking look out for shit like people being shitty fucking racially biased people and fuck those people, but just run it like there's goddamn humans. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just treat everyone as an individual.
It's a fucking, you're doing it, you're a worker, sir.
Instead of like a group.
Yeah. That's also one of my fucking, my biggest thing. Race is so fucking involved in people's lives, man, and it's obviously reason for that, but grouping people is always just like meh to me. Sorry, I didn't articulate that better, but you know.
Well, I mean, that's like, I think just because you group people, you're not necessarily racist.
No, not at all. But I think grouping people can just be as bad as just not being racist, but it can be detrimental just as a human race.
There's this guy, I forgot his name, fucking goddamn it, and he wrote a book on basically discrimination, and he said there's 3 types of discrimination. He called it discrimination type 1A, 1B, and type B. And I don't want to fuck it up, but he said there's type 1A was like, fuck you, I'm not gonna fucking talk to you because you're black. Like, that's like racist discrimination. And then there's discrimination based on group data, based on which isn't necessarily racist, but you're taking like a group of people, and based on the data within that group of people, you're making a decision based on that. So, for example, if I had 2 groups of people and I said, Caller John, I have 10 people here and 10 people here. 70% of the people here are alcoholics. 20% of the people here are alcoholics. Which group are you going to choose? Obviously, the less alcoholic.
Sure.
What about the group over here where 30% aren't alcoholics? So, you know what I'm saying? So you're discriminating based on the group, not necessarily on the individual.
Yeah.
And then this discussion came up. Obama actually said that he doesn't think that for federal jobs that there should be criminal background checks, because he thinks that a lot of African Americans aren't able to get these jobs because they got fucked by the system. They fucking had weed when they were a teenager. They got booked. Like, great, best interest in mind. However, if you do that and an employer isn't allowed to do background checks, don't you think that if they look at data, if they look at groups as a whole, the African American community has more arrests than the Asian community? So I'm just not gonna bother with the 40% of black people who have a perfect record. Is that racist, or is that just making a decision based on group data?
That group data is also made because shitty systemic things have happened.
But if you're like going based on facts, if you're going based, because like there's opinion and then there's statistical facts. If you look at a group of people, how many of these people have criminal records? How many of these people, like, there's data for everything, data that like can't be changed. If you look at that specifically and be like, all right, if I hire a black person based on the group data, there's a 70% chance that they have a criminal background, versus if I hire this Indian person, there's a 3% chance. Is that racist? Going off of the data that is immutable and that is true.
I don't know. That's interesting. I think, yeah, I'm trying to say things when they're, but yeah, I leaned yeah.
You think it's racist or no?
I think yeah, because that's the data, but that's I don't know. It's a weird thing
because you have no other way of determining if they are...
Because you don't have background checks?
Because you don't have a background check. So it would make more sense to just be like, okay, I can't, like... There's a high chance that this person's going to steal from me based on the data because I can't verify them as a person. But with
that, though, that data is skewed by a fucking shitty systemic thing that the United States has done. Which is fucking...
Well, what if it's not though? Well, what if it's just a third party company that ran a poll based on?
No, I'm saying that data and the United States has fucked black people.
Oh yeah,
and that's why there's 70% of people with criminal records.
Yeah, but with that knowledge aside, you still have to make the decision: should I take the chance of hiring this person or not? Regardless of the dark history the United States has, regardless of Jim Crow, regardless of zoning, regardless of unfair incarceration, I got to make a decision today. Like, I'm not racist, but there's a higher chance that this person's going to fuck me over based on the data.
Mm-hmm. I think that's a part of a systemic racism, where you might not be individually racist, but because of that, you're working on a system that is racist.
Yeah.
Maybe people that have dark skin and are usually in the same area because that's what fucking America has done, grouping people based on fucking skin color for the most part, economically wise. I lost my train of thought completely. Sick podcasting.
So sick.
Dark racial humor is brought to you by...
This one was actually racial.
Dark racial humor is brought to you by Systemic Racism, coming at you live since 1776.
How far along are we?
I can check. Go to beats and time. I don't know.
Oh shit! Are we 2 hours?
Goddamn right. That's what happens when you podcast. Okay.
We've been podcasting hard. All right. Should we just?
Yeah.
All right. Good one. We'll
Cut
be back.
The umbilical cord.
We'll be back tomorrow, maybe, or the next day.
We make no promises.
It's a dark racial humor.
You can follow us on nowhere but twitch.tv.
Hopefully
/dark racial humor.
Hopefully the network doesn't cancel us.
You can subscribe on iTunes and SoundCloud
and Twitch
and twitch.tv /dark racial humor.
Thank you for watching and listening. I'm Bonjen.
Good night.